this kind of relationship, this is good for a starting. Like you can start the talk where where there are high emotions on both sides. One is a savior, the other one is needy, and you give something to the needy, and that needy starts thanking you. Oh, you are my savior, etc. This is good for the start. But when it continues, and it has to continue as a long-term relationship, it is a disaster. Because if the energy is flowing only from one side and the other side is just a receiver, and you're not being paid back, because we human beings, we have a nature that we would be doing something in return for something. Even when we do charity, we do it because we have that in our mind that, okay, we have promised paradise, or we are promised happiness, or God is happy with you, Allah is happy with you. So we have that in the back of our mind. But when we think about, bringing somebody out of a trauma, again, there's a selfish motive behind it, that you're getting that pleasure of bringing somebody out of a trauma. But when you don't start getting that in return, the love which you are showering on somebody, and you're not being paid for that. You're not being paid for that in love, of course, not in money, in monetary terms, but with physical charity or with physical affection or show of affection, anything. When you're not being paid back, you start feeling drained out after a point of time. You start feeling as if you're only losing. You're not gaining anything out of it. So that charity now, it transforms itself into a subtle form of slavery, where the other person is enjoying. The other person is enjoying everything, your attention, your care, your love, your affection, your everything. But you're not being, you're not getting it back from that person. That starts building up your frustration, and after a point of time, your subconscious revolts. And then your nature of being the provider, being the savior, being the guardian actually you become the destroyer of that person. So I'm not saying that you should not go for damaged souls. You should not be a savior. But you should understand that there is a line that has to be drawn. You should not erase your own identity. You should not put your own happiness in the back burner and just keep doing it. You should have that perception of, you should have that understanding that the other person for whom you're doing is not inherently a narcissist, or is not inherently a selfish person who would only, sit there and act as a parasite and, suck things from you and won't give anything back in return. So you have to choose whom to save and whom to stay away from.